Welcome to Artist Hayter.
¿Cómo te sientes ahora? ¿Nervioso?
How do you feel now? Highly strung.
I feel fine. I just woke up, so, gonna get some food in me and stuff like that. I feel good about doing an interview though, like I'm keen to try it.
Bueno, ¿por qué decidiste cantar hip hop o rap?
Well, why did you decide to sing hip-hop or rap?
I've been pretty much recording songs my whole life, as far back as like 11 years old. I used to record them on a tape player. And I knew I wanted to do music, but at such a young age I wasn't sure what kind of music I wanted to do yet. And I used to make rock music, and it was really bad. It was just like I'd have rock music playing on a CD, and I just screamed the words or whatever. That was my real early stuff. And I quickly realized that didn't sound very good. So I started working on rap music, and I started getting real good at that, and I wanted to start a band. And yeah, my first band was a metal band, and it didn't turn out so well. Well, I was in a couple of bands, but I was experimenting with all different kinds of music. I always have experimented with all different kinds of music, but I ended up settling on rap because it was the music it ended up being the music I was most satisfied with making.
¿Realmente quedaste satisfecho con la canción This Obsession to Love? Porque a mí me gustó.
Were you really satisfied with this song, This Obsession to Love? Because I liked it.
Yeah, I even put it on my new album that I just put out, because I think it fits on the album really well. It was the first time I'd ever really done anything like that before, like someone sent me a song, and I just felt, like it was cool that I had someone that was a fan of my music so much that they wanted a song that they wrote to be a Zeke Hayter song. I felt pretty honoured by that. That's why when it was suggested, I was like, yeah, that's cool, I'll do that.
Has hecho películas, ¿cierto?
You've made movies,
yeah, I've made 3 movies of my own, which were, completely made by me. And I've also been involved in other people's projects and stuff. Most recently I was in Love is Dead, which is one of my sister's movies. She's the big movie maker, really, But yeah, I've made a couple of my own too. I made Dog Beats when I was 14. That was my first movie. It was just sort of a jackass thing, me and my friends doing silly stuff. And I made my second movie when I was 17, which was Ned and Eddie, A True Hollywood Story, which is sort of like a comedy film. All the films I've made on my own have been comedies. And The Robbery in 2016. And out of my movies, I just ran out of time, I got cut off. Out of my movies, my personal favourite one is The Robbery. That's the one I'm the most proud of. I've always had sort of this thing where how do I expand from just being a rapper, like how do I branch out? And that's why I've dipped my toes in film and stuff too.
Tienes mucho talento, yo he escuchado muchos géneros musicales y realmente aprecio a los artistas tanto como tú. ¿Puedes hablar del primer álbum, año y si realmente te fue difícil hacer tu primer álbum musical?
You're very talented. I have listened to many musical genres and I really appreciate artists as much as you do. Can you talk about the first album year? And if it was really difficult for you to make your first musical album?
Well, yeah, my first album I made when I was 12, so it's not my best. But it is my first. My first album was called Roadkill, and I made it when I was 12, and that was when I still was. It sounds very different to the music I make today. It was that was when I was still sort of making rock music, and I was, back in those days, in the real early days, I kind of wanted to sound like Marilyn Manson or something. Like that was, because I hadn't really figured out like my style or who I wanted to be yet. I was still, but there was something about having a copy of my own album and being able to say, this is mine, I made this, that made, even though I wasn't a fan of my first album, I liked that. I liked that, this is mine, I made this, and it motivated me to make a better album the next time. And that's sort of always just been the goal ever since, just try and do better and better every time. Yeah, my very first album, Roadkill, came out in 2002. I've been doing this music thing a very long time.
El COVID-19 realmente es y sigue siendo malvado para otros y salvación para otros. Depende de los pensamientos de cada persona. ¿Sentiste un gran cambio en tu vida? ¿Sí fue así? ¿Te sentiste bastante bien en tu vida? A mí al principio todo bien. Luego al estar mucho tiempo encerrada me provocó como una depresión o más bien pánico. Con el tiempo me acostumbré a mi nueva vida.
COVID-19 really is and continues to be evil for others and salvation for others. It depends on the thoughts of each person. Did you feel a big change in your life if it was like that? Did you feel pretty good in your life at first? Everything was fine. And being locked up for a long time caused me to feel depressed or rather panic over time I got used to my new life.
Are you talking about being quarantined and the COVID shit? I mean, life's definitely changed. In terms of my creative process, though, I guess that's, sort of the motivation for this new album I just put out. I'm still trying to live my life, and I'm still trying to do things, and I still go outside, play basketball. Still working on music and stuff like that. I'm trying to overcome it, and still live my life. I guess that's sort of what you got to do now. You got to find your own things to be happy about, so it doesn't bring you down all the time. I'm real happy about my new album. I'm really happy with how it sounds and stuff, and a lot of my focus and attention is just on that right now. Music didn't really take a big change in my life until about 2005, when I started the label Evil Dead Records. Because I was making music for about 2 or 3 years before that, but it was just sort of a hobby, something I was just messing around with, having fun with, not taking very seriously, until I started my record label. That was the moment I decided I actually want to do music for the rest of my life. This is what I want to do with my life. 2005 was sort of when everything was sort of like just coming together and making sense. By that point, I knew what kind of music I wanted to make. I knew who I wanted to make it with. We had our look down, and that's when all the pieces of the puzzle were sort of making sense. All the years before that were just sort of 2002, 3, and 4 were just experimenting really and seeing what clicks and what doesn't. And I'd say 2005 was when it all clicked, and it was like, yes, this is the direction we should go. So in terms of did music take a big change in my life? It did, but and it has. But those first early years, not so much, because it was just sort of playing around, having fun. But in 2005, when Evil Dead Records was established officially, that's when things started changing.
The images that were seen on music videos and the cover of his album Lust from 2021, that is his work. We love you and have a good morning, weeks and nights. This is one of his songs. It's called Mute, taken from Hayter, the compilation of the year 2015.